Welcome to the House of Headphones. This is Bill Kilpatrick, and I want to talk today about the Koss PortaPro. This is an ultra-light headphone. It's meant to do the work of a full-size headphone, but in as small and unassuming footprint as possible. It is an odd duck because it's oddly sized, it's oddly priced, it's oddly shaped, but it's oddly good. Let's take a look at it. It comes in this little box. I'm going to pull this out. Here is the headphone itself. Here it is in the wild. I take this out just like so. As you can see, this is a fairly small headphone. It gets, this is it. But it gets smaller because you can take this same headphone and it even has a little hook right here, and you can, that's it. That's the headphone right there. And so that's kind of amazing that anybody engineered this headphone so that it could fit inside a little bag that you could throw in your trunk, the trunk of your car, a book bag, the glove compartment. Now this is the classic. You could spend an extra $10 and get one with a microphone, one with volume controls in it. You can also buy one for a little more money and get one that's wireless. But this headphone by itself, I think this is a good, what I would call knock around headphone. You just take it with you and run. It does have these Frankenstein bolts on the side right here, these pads. And the whole point of it is to take the pressure off your ears. I like the way these little pads reduce the pressure on your ears. This thing is light as a feather, so there's really not, I don't know if the pads are even necessary. They're very comfortable. Let's talk about sound. The bass, there's no sub bass in these. You wouldn't expect it with a 30mm driver, but there's pretty full bass and especially mid bass. So if you're thinking kick drum level bass, this thing has it, plenty of it. It's not what I would call a bass heavy headphone. It's not really it's not a bass cannon, but it has plenty of bass and plenty of warmth. I'm going to use the word thunk. It has a lot of thunk to it. Mids are nice. It's not the most resolving headphone out there, which you wouldn't expect from 30mm drivers, but it's still very clear. And one reason for that is this is an open backed headphone. So there's no noise cancellation, there's no isolation. People can hear you, you can hear them. So you want to look at where you're using these. I wouldn't use them on a bus or a train. I would stay away from that. The treble, it's a trade-off. The treble is rolled off. So if you don't like too much treble, if you feel like certain sounds are screechy, you're listening to metal, that kind of stuff. This is actually a benefit, much like the Sennheiser headphones that have their rolled off treble. It's nice, but at the same time, that subjects it to the criticism that the treble is, it's veiled. If you're really like looking for an edgy sound, something like a sizzling headphone like the Beyerdynamic DT 1990, these are not going to be quite like that. So if you're really into treble, I would not get these. If you just want sound that's very pleasant, that's joyful, that doesn't make you kind of turn the volume down on certain tracks, these are just fine.